Jacob was alone that night. The sun had set, the camp was quiet, and everything he owned had been sent ahead of him. His wives, his children, his servants, all gone. For the first time in years, Jacob had no one to scheme with, no one to hide behind, no one to bargain through. Just darkness, silence, and his own fear. He was about to face Esau, the brother he had cheated, deceived, and stolen from. The birthright, the blessing, the future. Jacob knew that if judgment was coming, it would come at dawn. And that is when something or someone appeared. The Bible says a man wrestled with Jacob until daybreak. No introduction, no explanation. Just sudden contact. A struggle in the dark. Flesh against flesh. Breath against breath. This was not a dream, and it was not a vision. It was physical, violent, personal. Jacob fought, not for minutes but for hours. The struggle dragged through the night, neither overpowering the other. This alone is strange. No ordinary man could wrestle through the night with a divine being and survive. And no ordinary man would dare to. Then, in a single moment, the stranger touched Jacob's hip, and it went out of joint. No effort, no struggle. Just a touch. A reminder that the one Jacob was fighting could have ended it at any time. Yet the fight continued. As dawn approached, the stranger said, "Let me go," but Jacob refused, injured, limping, bleeding, still holding on. He said, "I will not let you go unless you bless me." This was no longer a fight of strength. It was a fight of surrender. The stranger asked him a question that changed everything. "What is your name?" In the Bible, names are not labels, they are identities. And Jacob's name meant deceiver, heel-grabber, supplanter, a man who takes what is not his. When Jacob said his name out loud, he wasn't just answering a question. He was confessing who he had been his entire life. Then the stranger spoke. "Your name will no longer be Jacob, but Israel, because you have struggled with God and with men, and you have prevailed." In that moment, Jacob realized the truth. He had not been wrestling a man. He had been wrestling God, and he named the place Peniel, the face of God, because, as he said, "I have seen God face to face, and yet my life was spared." Jacob walked away, limping. The injury never healed. It stayed with him for the rest of his life. And that was the point. The limp was not a punishment. It was a reminder. Jacob no longer walked in his own strength. He walked marked by an encounter with the divine. That night changed everything. Jacob stopped wrestling people and started surrendering to God. And when the sun rose and he finally faced Esau, the brother he feared embraced him instead of killing him. The real battle was never with Esau. It was never with his past. It was with God. And sometimes the moment God changes you is not when you win, but when you finally stop fighting.